may remember in the last video I talked about this brake seizing. Well, driving it again today and it's seized up again, a lot worse than last time. I used my clamp down here to release it, and so it span freely. Went to press the brake and it came back and it was stuck again, so the pistons are clearly not retreating back in. I'm not really sure how to fix that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the caliper off and hang it, and then I'm going to press the brake, and that should, I hope, make the pistons come free. Now, whether I know I need to do something to make them move freely, I don't know, but we'll take it one step at a time and try that. Right, so it came off a lot harder than I expected, so although I managed to free it up the first time, when I tried to free it up again then I really couldn't, and I ended up using a block of wood and a hammer to get it finally off. I'm going to go and press the brake now, and hopefully we'll see those come together, the pads and the pistons release. We'll see. Well, to be honest, I was expecting to hear something there. I didn't hear anything, and those don't actually look like they've moved. I'm going to stop and review that. Okay, I don't know if maybe the pistons are made so they only come a certain distance out, at least with pressure from the brake. I don't know about that. But I think what I need to try to do is see if I can push them back in. If I can push them back in, then that might mean they're released and I can try them again. If I can't push them back in, or I've got no idea what's going on in there that's stopping me from doing that, but so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pads out. I think I might want those replacing anyway. I'm going to take the pads out, and then I'm going to see if I can work out a way of putting pressure to see if I can get the pistons to move back in. If I can do that, we will test them again and see if we can get it working. If I can't do that, I guess I'm going to disconnect it from the car and think about what next. Now, I've done that quite tight and I'm not seeing any movement on this piston, which I rather expected. Let's say I expected to see some movement. Right, I don't know. I'm looking at this piston here. Let's see if we can get some light on it. Now, I don't know, maybe they're meant to be like this, but these have a notch in them. I don't know if they're meant to be like that or not. I guess... well, no, I simply don't know. But that didn't work at all. I couldn't move that at all. So I think I shall... what do I think I shall? I think I might be ordering a new caliper, because I don't know how to free this up. I can always keep this as a spare. Let's try the other side, see if it's any better. Okay, and that one now is going in and it's forcing the other one out. Okay, so that makes some sense actually, that pushing the one forces the other to move. Okay. So, yeah, okay, so that, here you can see how they're both moving. So I've got them both moving. Right, so I know they both move. So let's try to get them evenly distanced. Then we'll try it back on the car. So we've got them back to roughly even distance. So I'm going to try both. I'm going to put it back together and see if we get anywhere. A frustrating day. So I can't get the pistons far enough apart to get the pads back in, and I don't have a disc brake splitter or something, pusher, so I'm going to order one and go from there. Hopefully, you know, this is freed up enough that this will work, and I don't need to replace the calipers, at least not at this stage. So we're going to stop there, and we will have to come back when I'm able to fix this. Back on the overdrive though, which was what this was meant to be about. If anyone could advise on next steps, be very grateful. Thank you. Right, bought myself a new tool here to help me split it. It's just arrived, so we're going to try it very quickly and see if this sorts the problem. Oh no, I'm going to need more light here. Sure, it shouldn't be that hard. And if it's in like that tight already, then it's not going to work. Oh, anyone that can help me on this, please do. Thanks. I'm just stuck. Right, I thought I might see if I could see what was going on if I took the caliper off the brake. And as you can see, this tool is just getting bent in, which simply must mean that the force of that piston is just too great for it, which it's either a bloody awful tool that I've bought or I got something wrong with the caliper. Okay, well I got them to spread apart. What I did in the end was I used this on one side. I freed off the brake valve a little bit. I made a bit of a mess, but tried to capture everything. And then I squeezed this side in and we can see it's gone. So I'm going to try fitting there and then see what happens. I haven't torqued this up yet. I haven't put these back out yet, but I've got it all on. That's turning. I'm going to go press the brake and we're going to see if it will release as well. So I pressed it twice. Still good and firm, which I guess is a good sign. Now, did it release? It did. Excellent. Oh, okay, I think I got that sorted then. Right. Okay, I apologise for the camera work in advance, but I'm bleeding my brakes. I've done the back too, no problem. You can see I've connected it all up. When I come over to this wheel though, and so this is the one that was locked. Okay, let's see if we can get it in. And I've opened it up. And I got nothing. Where's it? There. So there's nothing coming through. Now, the reason I'm bleeding is it was pulling to the right. But it would appear it must be completely blocked somewhere. Yeah, you can see absolutely nothing bleeding through. And just to show you again that there is plenty in the bleed system. Okay, so that would imply, I guess, that I must have a block somewhere in my front brake hydraulic system. Right, I've bled all four corners, but really not bled this one because nothing's coming out. But I've also had my wife come in and hit the brake and test it, and when she hits the brake it comes on good and hard. So I don't really know what that means. Right, I'm trying to narrow down where the issue is. I can't budge this, my screwdriver is just slipping on it. But up here I'm able to start taking this off, and as soon as I did I started getting oil leaking out. So I know that there's pressure to here. So I'm thinking I've got a problem with this hose, which doesn't look in great condition, and which they did say needs work. I torqued up here, but I forgot to bend these over. I need to do that. So I've got to somehow get this off, and see if I can get fluid coming out of there. Because if I can get it coming out of there, out of here, then actually that must mean the problem's in the caliper. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I've got to get this off somehow. That's what I'll work on now. Well, I think I'm totally screwed here now. That's just rounded off completely. Can't get it to shift at all. So I think that means I need new flexible hose and new. I mean, I might be able to get it off once I get the caliper off here, but I think we're talking about a new flexible hose and new caliper now.